Hello everyone, welcome to the Savior Part 1 overview. With release so close and the game in its final stages for release, let's take a look at what's releasing in Savior Part 1. Throughout this presentation, there will be music playing from Part 1 with the track names appearing in the bottom right corner. Everything being played can be found in the OST playlist, which features tracks 1 to 5 and track 7. Track 6 will be released on May 23rd, the day after Part 1 releases. Why is Savior being released in Part 1 and Part 2? This is a rough timeline based on when each area started. As you can see, 5 areas of the several planned have been finished since December 2023. While development is speeding up, it may still take several more years to finish the full game. Therefore, everything you'll see in this presentation will be in Part 1 unless otherwise specified. Well, let's get on with it. Let's start with the premise. What is Savior? While trying to meet with your girlfriend, an ancient myth, always referred to as the Great Ending, began. You have no idea, but you've ended up on a continent across the world. You need to get back to Melanie. You must be her savior. There will also be a presentation on Part 2 coming out after Part 1's release. This should give you more of an idea on how the story will go, as Part 1 is mechanic focused and Part 2 is story focused, with the first story trailer being in the Part 2 presentation. World, you can play about half of it in Part 1. This contains the volcano, oceanfront, empire, island, and mountains. Next, let's take a look at spells. Gravity Wave, the Health spell, Sunbeam, Hellfire, and the Ice spell. You can enhance your combat abilities even further to take down enemies and bosses in this strange world. Farming has largely been a secret up to this point, and it's going to remain that way. All you need to know is that your weapon can get larger, you can run faster, you can do more damage, and even more in this tycoon-based mechanic, which allows you to offer materials in exchange for benefits. You can try out Savior right now with a demo on the website. Speaking of website, Savior has one. www.saviorgame.ca gives you all the details and information you need to know about the game's release, development updates, and features. You might even find some exclusive lore. Go to saveyourgame.ca/releases for even more information. Savior also supports a ton of different control options. Keyboard and mouse, and controller are all supported within Savior. However, for the sake of simplicity, using face buttons, it's favored more so for Nintendo Switch Pro controllers than, say, Xbox or PlayStation. Savior will be available on the Steam website and store, so that way you can buy it very easily. Its price will be based on $9.99 US, so for an easy price in your country, just convert United States dollars to your local currency. The only exception is Canada, where it will be $9.99 there as well. Savior will continue to get updates between Part 1 and Part 2. Even though it will be a while before Part 2 releases, you can enjoy some minor content updates which may include an experimental release for an area in Part 2. These minor content updates can include something like an extra room in dungeons, an extra NPC that you can find scattered throughout the world, or maybe even something like a spell. That's all for today's overview presentation. But I know what you're thinking. Is there really nothing planned for Part 2 today? Surely something must be in the works. After all, there is a whole other half to the game. Well, I have begun work concepting the Mesa, and I do have a tile set imported. I would like to show you the first look of that. Please take a look at this. That is all for today's Part 1 overview. Savior Part 1 will release on May 22nd, 2026, with pre-orders opening shortly in March. Hopefully, that won't be too long from now. Thank you all for watching, and have a fantastic day.